So the inspiration to start the Language and Cultural Center came because in my own life, I lived through many different cultures and languages. So before the age of 15, I lived in Bulgaria, in Yugoslavia, in France, in Italy, and then I came to the US. And this experience brought me face to face with these fundamental questions of how we view things, why we believe what we believe, how we value what we value, and how culture especially shapes these realities in ways that are generally invisible to us. When I started the Northwest Language Academy, it was with the idea that language, thought, belief systems, cultures are fundamental to our reality, and that they are intricately interconnected. Our language, both in its internal narrative and its outward social function, is one of our most powerful tools. The Northwest Language Academy is a non-profit organization that provides resources for people of all ages to learn new languages and to better understand other cultures. It is our mission to help residents of Whidbey Island and the greater Puget Sound region to become residents of a global community, both by studying language, experiencing travel, and cultural enrichment through any number of means that we make available. And this is how we contribute to a richer local community and a more peaceful world in general. So of course the opportunity for learning language is central to what we do here at the Northwest Language Academy. Learning language is a part of living the culture. And of course, most passionately, we are committed to making these opportunities available to the young children of our community, because not only is language easier for young children to learn, but of course, children who are exposed to other languages do better in school, score higher on standardized test scores, are better problem solvers. Our language programs are based on the immersion model. We use activities such as theater, music, art, sports, cooking, and of course games. And we always put on a play, which is a great motivator for the children as well as the adults to learn. Our former students have told us that this approach has changed their worldview. We sometimes live in an insular way, unaware of the great diversity in the rest of the world. People can be very different. And yet, of course, we are all human beings.
Languages taught include French, Spanish, German, Italian, Mandarin Chinese, Japanese, and with more to come in the future.
So we arrange weekend immersions for adults who are about to travel or conduct business abroad, adding cultural information about how to be in the other culture, the do's and don'ts, to avoid the faux pas, how to be more culturally sensitive. And these language immersions, we sometimes call our language cafes. The language classes are in a variety of formats and are for all ages, from preschoolers to retirees to teens. We believe that it's never too early or too late to learn. And we've developed programs for business and corporate groups. And we can even provide translation services. So moving to the new facility 2 years ago has really helped us to expand the cultural side of our programming and our mission. Finally, we have a real container for what we do. The guest house lets us offer accommodations to program participants and also provides a steady stream of revenue from rentals. We're about to offer the space to outside groups for hosting meetings, parties, or other events. Every Monday night, for example, we host the International Folk Dancing Group. There's always something going on, and it's becoming a real community center. Even more importantly, the building allows us to host events and programs at a much bigger scale than we were able to do before. The language of food is spoken here. Culinary events are a regular feature of the Academy. The kitchen and the patio are often the source of many interesting aromas. Not only do we experience many different cuisines, but they are recorded in recipe books that we then make available to our participants. The first Language of Food event, which was España, was held in 2008. It was the first of now an ongoing cultural series which brings together the traditions of ethnic foods with unique live performance for a whole evening of cultural immersion. To date, we have had and hosted 10 such events, with 3 in 2012 alone. By hosting performances of music and dance, we provide insights into the people of other countries while also having a lot of fun. What's amazing really is the people in the small community have been able to experience food and music from places as far-flung as Ukraine, Japan, Macedonia, India. One of the most important things that we do at this event is to work with organizations and representatives of the culture in the Puget Sound area. This way, rather than getting a potted history of a place or a stereotypical representation, participants really get to meet and interact with citizens, with natives who serve as ambassadors of their culture. We've extended this program now into a series that we're calling the Fireside Chats. And what's different about this program is that we can focus and really engage in dialogue with speakers that are dealing with important cultural topics. But at the same time, of course, we offer a comfortable, casual forum for the discussions of global issues, whether they be political, such as the cause of the Balkan conflict, or personal, such as the difference between French and American parenting, for example. We're looking forward to, in the future, adding more programs, starting a series of concerts, foreign film screenings, discussion groups, book clubs, think tanks, and seminars. These activities will bring the community together around cultural issues and create greater understanding between cultures. Another very important part of our programming for us is the sharing of our own American culture with groups from all over the world. This year, for example, we had 2 groups come to us from Japan for English instruction and to learn about American culture. We're cooperating with other organizations to expand this part of our programming. This month, for example, we're very pleased to work with the Friendship Force of Whidbey Island here, and we are partnering to bring a group of high school teachers and principals to Whidbey Island from Indonesia. They are studying how to teach English as a second language, and we'll get a chance to meet and interact with local community. And these kinds of exchanges are absolutely crucial to the work that we do. Everyone benefits, local businesses, tourism, but most importantly, of course, the individuals on both sides of the exchange who can learn to understand one another across the cultural divides and become part of an international family.
What Northwest Language Academy has meant to us is it's been a local resource, a treasure, really, to help educate our children and ourselves in the different cultures and languages of the world.
I've been on this Whidbey Island for about 4 years, and one day I saw a sign about Northwest Language Academy, and because of my interest in education, I quickly became involved in this organization, and I love the mission and the vision of our director Josette, and so I became a board member, and since then I have pursued opportunities for contacts in Japan to bring in students of every age from Japan to learn English and to learn about the American culture here on this beautiful island, and at the same time to make contacts for the people here on the island to do business and in Japan and travel in Japan, to network. So that has been my goal.
I received an email from the Northwest Language Academy about Ukraine, and it was this wonderful poster of Cossack dancers and people eating food from Ukraine, and it just made me smile, and I knew it would do the same for the people I worked with, so I printed it and took it to the youth center where I was working, and they were just delighted. They couldn't believe that someone in America actually knew something about their dances and what they ate, and they were just thrilled to be able to share their customs with the rest of the world.
This is my 3rd year that I have done at French camp, and I like coming here because I can make new friends and I can learn French, and I'll get to go to Paris with my mom.
Cultural intelligence is now being recognized and valued the way that emotional intelligence once had to be. Since its beginnings in 1996, the Northwest Language Academy has passionately maintained this vision of spreading better understanding and knowledge of the world by growing cultural intelligence through language learning and all the other programs we do. We are preserving diversity and building bridges of understanding, not allowing prejudice or misconceptions to flourish, and hoping to contribute to a more peaceful global world.